The best doctor and healers are those who teach their patient visualize, emphasize, and materialize. Let me tell you what I mean. A few months ago, I was watching the news and I saw a famous screenwriter, David Sattler, the guy who wrote The King's Speech. Maybe most of you know it. That was an awesome movie. He realized that he has cancer and he simply visualized it away. In an interview with CNN, he was saying, I just simply visualize I have a clean uterus. And with love and cleanness and visualization, with 2 weeks, I was cancer free. And 5 years after, he still was cancer free. With mind over matter, not only for relaxation, you can control something like cancer. Just visualize it and it will go away. Now, I'm not suggesting every doctor do that, but I think there is more to just giving somebody a medicine or something a doctor can do for a patient, but the patient can also do for themselves, like something like visualization. Not like every patient can visualize their cancer away, but definitely can help. Another case caught my attention was a PhD doctor named Charlotte Resnick, PhD in child educational psychology. And she was hired by Los Angeles to oversee 2,000 kids. These kids were in poor area. Their parents, they were broken home most of the time, single mothers, single fathers. Suddenly she saw they have headaches and stomach ache because they were internalizing all this problem, emotional problem. And she was desperate. She didn't know what to do. She recognized all this pain that they have, mostly were psychosomatic, basically is emotionally caused. So she did something out of this planet, literally. She asked the kids to imagine a planet that everything is fair and there's a lot of heroes in this planet and they have a lot of powers and they can give gift and start drawing and start painting. She had amazing result just by asking the kids visualize and imagine this planet. They start to heal. That was a substantial result from just painting and imagining. Then she realized these people can do more. She couldn't use the word meditation because that wasn't politically correct. So she asked them to put their hand below their belly and start do deep breathing while thinking about their breathing. Today we call that meditation. And she even have better result. Chiropractors are one profession who are very aware of mind and body connection. That's where they are holistic profession. Their discoverer, D.D. Palmer, famously quote, the mind must be cured as well as the body. As the body, so is the mind. Early on, chiropractic discovered that the nervous system controls everything in the body, and any interference with this nervous system can create disease or disease. These interferences, chiropractor called it subluxation. Interference with the nervous system can be physical, chemical, and emotional. Physical obviously refer to the vertebra being misaligned, chemical when we take poison, whether drug, pollution, and bad food, GMOs, and emotional, of course, all type of different stress, work, relationship, money, sex, environment. And all of this was understood by chiropractic very early on and emphasized on the mind. A famous medical doctor who practiced around 1820s had such an impressive, awesome result that it was very respected at his time. A lot of medical doctors were going around him to learn from him what he does. They urged him to write a book. His result was so impressive just by using color water, bread pills, and he emphasized on the mind of the patient so much. Of course, he was way ahead of his time. He was using placebo to cure his patient. Eventually, he actually got honorary degree from Yale University. According to who you ask, some people call him charlatan, some people call him a great mind of 19th century. But Nevertheless, you can see this doctor was very good at emphasize and bringing awareness to the problem area and convincing patient that whatever he was giving them can help them. So once again, emphasizing and bringing awareness to the problem area of whatever disease or discomfort patient has is important job of a doctor, and bringing awareness to the mind of a patient. Would you believe it if I can tell you your mind can literally change your gene? And Shamada project, it was a research that it proved exactly that. They find out with meditation, half an hour a day, you literally can change your genes. Now, bear with me a little bit because this is a kind of hard study. You need to review biology a little bit. Now, Shamada project, it took years to just put together. They rented a huge resort. They spent a ton of money and they brought thousands of subjects for a study, and they divide them in two groups, and they use a double blind study. For those of you who don't know double blind, neither the experimenter or experimentee knows what is the study about. And they give them great food, great exercise, they took their blood pressure, and once in a while they took their blood. One group, they asked him to meditate half an hour a day. The another group, they just did regular stuff, and the result was amazing. The group that did half an hour mindful meditation a day, they had a certain enzyme in their blood significantly higher than the control group, the group that they didn't have meditation. A gene has a centimere and telomere. Centimere is the very center of the gene that stabilizes the center, and the telomere is at the end. It's like pretty much like a shoelace that has a plastic at the end, it doesn't let it unwind. Telomere does that for the genes. Now, the longer this telomere, the cell is younger and more vital. The shorter is older and less vital. With confidence, we can say that longer telomere is a youth gene and the shorter basically aging gene. The telomere, they have enzyme that it protects them and repairs them. It called telomerase. So that can be easily measurable in the blood. So the more telomerase a person has, the longer is their telomere. So this study blew the scientist's mind that literally a meditation can change our physiology at the genetic level. Because the patient that did half an hour of mindful meditation a day, they had significantly more telomerase in their blood. Thus, they had longer telomeres. Thus, they controlled their age. So thus we know for sure that at genetic level there are proteins that are being materialized because of meditation. That's why us doctor and the patient they should learn about how the mind works and visualize, emphasize, basically bring awareness and materialize at the genetic level. A medical doctor named Risa Rankin wrote a book called Mind Over Medicine. It became a bestseller in New York Times. She's a great speaker. You can see her speech on TED Talk. And she said an interesting story I want to mention here. She talked about in 1950 there was a patient, she calls it Mr. Right. She read about the study that there is this drug that could help him to overcome his terminally cancer, and he convinced his doctor to get the medicine, and the medicine was only for research, and there was long story, he gets it and he goes to remission. Few months later he still had some problem, again goes back, and his doctor realized that this guy has something. His mind is very powerful over his physiology, and he tells him, look, the medicine we gave you a few months ago, it wasn't as potent that we give you the one right now, and the one we're giving you is very potent and is a pure form. Gave it to him, he goes again under remission. He keeps reading the Journal of American Medical Association, JAMA, and he reads the article that it says this drug that he was taking is purely worthless. He dies 2 days. Dr. Lisa calls this a nocebo effect. When a doctor, by giving bad news, they kill the patient. She even talk about midwife who says three girls that they're gonna die between the age of 16 and 21, and they all died. And she hates that. She hates that the doctor can give their patient nocebo effect. She talks about all the cases that they call them spontaneous remission, that people with AIDS, cancer, thyroid cancer, all this terminal cancer, they all of a sudden they start to live. Nobody knows why. So she started to study even further the way the doctor and patient and a placebo and nocebo. And she came to study that they actually tell the patient what they give him is placebo, and the patient still got better. As she realizes the relationship of the doctor patient is as important than the medicine they give the patient. Also, the lifestyle of the patient, such as home environment, relationship with the wife, with the kids, the parental relationship. Of course, also the way you environment, such as with your coworker, the relationship with the doctor itself. So she came with this concept of circle of life, consists of love, pleasure, gratitude, service. Basically, in this circle, she believes that our life made by different chunks, and each chunk has its own role, such as relationship has its own stone or chunk, whatever she calls them a stone, that they support each other, like relationship and sense of purpose, spirituality, physical and mental health, even finances, sexuality. They're all they need to be in balance. This chunk or these stones, they should be within this circle, that if they are not in balance, the mental health suffers. I want to conclude, a patient has to visualize all these chunks Dr. Rankin talks about. Are they in alignment with the love, gratitude, pleasure, and service? Is any of them are missing? Again, doctor and patient, they need to emphasize on visualization, awareness or emphasize, and of course materialize a beautiful, long, healthy life. Thank you. This is Dr. Masood Shamaizadeh.